Picture it. Brentwood, September 14th, 1985. A 2,900 square foot house just off of Sunset Boulevard makes its television debut as home to Blanche, Rose, Dorothy, and Sophia for 7 seasons on the greatest sitcom of all time, The Golden Girls. Miami, Florida almost serves as the 5th main character in this show about 4 widowed or divorced women living under one roof, but in reality, all the magic it took to create a show that's even more popular 35 years later all happened right here in LA. The house was built in 1955 and just sold for the first time since it was built for the original owners. As you can see, it hasn't been touched since it became a TV star, but something tells me with new owners, it might not stay very well preserved.
This is the beautiful actress and television favorite, Betty White.
Now, my absolute favorite bit of Golden Girls trivia is that Betty White lives in the same neighborhood as the Golden Girls house. Normally, I don't show current houses, but she's featured this in interviews and magazines, and I know you guys will never bother America's national treasure.
Betty still lives in the house that she and Alan lived in throughout their marriage. An animal lover, she devotes much of her time to causes aiding animals, and you can't visit Betty without meeting her 2 closest companions. Her long-lasting appeal is culminated by her latest success in a happy comedy that has broken new ground.
Betty and Alan Ludden met while she was a celebrity guest on Password, the game show he hosted until his death in 1981. She never remarried and has lived here alone ever since. Interestingly enough, all 4 of the Golden Girls remained single and lived alone during the run. The last time that Betty White played Password on television, she played with yours truly, and it is a highlight of my life that I will hold dear to my heart for as long as I live.
Well, now look, Betty, you've got many, many fans, but this young man happens to be one of your biggest fans since he was a little guy, right? Oh. Justin Root, everybody. Justin.
Smile.
Grin.
How do you feel, Justin? Strong?
You know, honestly, my prize was playing with her today. And money.
You know, I don't know about you, but I'm really enjoying these love scenes you 2 carry on. It's a bit much.
I've played with a lot of people, and nobody's ever said that to me before.
Well, all right, Justin.
Dorothy, it's Stan. Didn't you recognize me?
Of course I recognize you. That's why I slammed the door in your face.
This kills me. Just a stone's throw down the street from Betty and the Golden Girls house lived Herb Edelman, who played Dorothy's ex, Stanley Zbornak. His house is at the end of this driveway, and today, Ross's mom from Friends lives here.
Please welcome B. Arthur!
Now, this idea that there was a feud between Betty White and B. Arthur has been blown out of proportion. While their personalities did clash, they were extremely professional and had a great deal of respect for one another. The other 3 ladies have said that they didn't have much of a relationship with B outside of the show. She was shy and kept to herself, which makes sense considering she lived on a very remote street off of Sunset Boulevard, surrounded by trees and horses.
Did you get along with everyone on the Golden Girls? I mean,
yes.
You did?
Oh, yes. B was not that fond of me, but
yeah, I know. I've heard that.
I don't know.
I
don't know what I ever did. I don't know, but she was not that thrilled with me. But I loved B, and I admired her, and I can't believe I'm the only one left, because I was the oldest. It's so silly.
B bought this 7,000 square foot house in 1975, just 3 years into mod. The property features 4 acres of hiking trails and waterfalls. She died in 2009, and the house sold a few years later for $16 million.
Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party, you invited everyone you knew.
Please welcome Rue McClanahan.
Rue was living in this house at the end of a Studio City cul-de-sac built in 1954 during the first 3 seasons of The Golden Girls. She traded Studio City for Encino in 1988 when she bought this 5,400 square foot house designed by Playboy Mansion architect Arthur Kelly in 1951. Rue died in 2010, and as you can see, the house is undergoing some sort of renovation.
Take a look at what happened when Rob stopped in at the home of one of the Golden Girls.
I wanted to build a gorgeous yard. That's what I wanted. I didn't care too much about the house. And when I saw this place, I said, okay, this is it. This is going to be my toy for the next year or two. And believe me, it was.
And the envelope says, Estelle Getty, the Golden Girl.
This is so interesting to me. Bea, Betty, and Estelle, all 3 lived on streets 1 block north of Sunset Boulevard, with Estelle in the heart of Hollywood, though, above the Viper Room, the Whiskey, and the Roxy. She lived in this house during her run as Sophia, and some people might not know that she experienced crippling stage fright and would often freeze up. Later in life, she had trouble remembering her lines. Estelle revealed that she had Parkinson's disease in 2000, and by 2003 she had been diagnosed with dementia. She sold her house and bought a condo in this building on Hollywood Boulevard just below Runyon Canyon, where she would live until her death in 2008.
You would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend.
The first 2 years of The Golden Girls were shot right here at Sunset Gower Studios, formerly Columbia Pictures. Other shows that shot here include Saved by the Bell, I Dream of Jeannie, Bewitched, Married with Children, 6 Feet Under, How to Get Away with Murder, and The Facts of Life. For the remaining 5 seasons, the show moved here, which used to be Renmar Studios. Prior to that, it was Desilu Studios, created by Desi Arnaz and Lucille Ball, where, of course, I Love Lucy was shot. Sadly, the show came to an end in 1992 when Bea Arthur decided she wanted to move on. Her character married Lucas, played by Leslie Nielsen, who lived in this house in the heart of Beverly Hills. Nielsen passed away in 2010. I mean it when I say I really want to hear what your favorite episode of The Golden Girls is, or your favorite scene, or your favorite line. I'm going to leave you with my favorite scene. It's when Blanche learns that she's legally not allowed to have 3 tenants, and they need to vote one of themselves out of the house.
Okay, here we go. Good luck, ladies. Dorothy. 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 Well, that's that. Let's eat. I'm starved.
Wait a minute. How did this happen?
We all voted for you. Well, Dorothy, it's your own damn fault. Why'd you have to vote for yourself?
I just assumed that everyone was going to vote for Rose, and I didn't want to sweep to hurt her feelings.
I guess that would hurt.
It does!